Hi, I'm GJ, and I am a blues vocalist, and I've been performing around the country for the last few years. First song I ever remember hearing or really paying attention to was Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, Where's the Love? I remember loving that song, even so much to the point where I actually went out and bought the record. I've been creating music for as long as I can remember. I wrote songs when I was in elementary school. I would create little girl groups and we'd all sing. And so I think back, been at least 30 plus years. I was inspired to create music because my older sisters used to write songs. And the summertime we would sit on the porch and I'd sit back listening to them, singing their songs, coming up with new lyrics and new melodies. And that inspired me to want to do the same thing as I got older. My fondest memory as a performer dates back to 3rd grade. I got a chance to sing Donna Summer on the radio in the talent show. I remember that as clear as it happened yesterday. And I still sing that song because that was just the greatest song to me that was ever created at that time. Well, the funny story about me starting to sing blues is that I did it although my mother never enjoyed it much. I remember growing up and my mother saying, I don't want to hear that Muddy Water blues. For the longest time, I actually thought Muddy Waters was a style of blues or a genre. I didn't realize that it was actually a person. So as I got older and started looking into what music I was going to sing, I started off doing R&B and soul. And as I got into more and more into blues, I realized that Muddy Waters was a person and that he had tons of records that he did, Mojo and Baby Please Don't Go. And I gravitated to Muddy Waters music a lot more, and I think it probably was because I remember hearing Muddy Waters so much as a child. One song that I wrote that was very instrumental in creating the blues vocalist that I am today is a song called Lost in This World. I wrote that song initially as a gospel, so when you listen to it, it has a lot of spiritual kind of feeling to it. And listening back to that song, I realized that my sound, my style, was that of a blues vocalist. And at that point I realized that the other genres that I've been singing throughout the years, whether it was R&B or pop, weren't where I belonged. I belonged in blues, and that's why I'm the blues vocalist today. For my studio recordings, I prepare by listening to the track over and over again. Sometimes even sleeping with this music in my ears before I go to bed. But making sure that I can go into the studio and record the tracks with as much energy and enthusiasm as I do a live performance is really important to me. So I try my hardest to make sure that I'm really prepared before I go into the studio to record that new song. My music is currently being played all around the world, and I would love to start touring so I can visit some of these locations, so I can give them a part of me in a live performance. With the technology that we have now, is really great for musicians. I'm able to get people to hear my music all around the world without ever having to leave my house. If I couldn't be born, or if I wasn't born at this time, I would like to have been born in the 30s or the 40s, because at that time, because we didn't have the technology, people actually had to go out and listen to live music. The energy in the room was so great. I would love to be a part of that. I have a website, and through my website you can find my music, merchandise, as well as where I'll be performing at next.